Good morning, children. Sairam, welcome back to our science class. So, today we'll be continuing with our lesson number 11, force, work, and energy, the remaining part of the lesson. Right. So, let us quickly revise what we learned in the previous session. So, what we learned? We learned about what energy. So, what is energy? So only if you have energy, you can sit and listen to the lesson, to your teacher. You can eat also, you can do your work also, whatever the work, you can play, run, study. So energy, the definition is, so what energy is? Energy is the ability to do work. So we need energy for everything, to run, play, to push a chair, to open the book, whatever it is. Okay. For any kind of action to take place, energy is required. For breathing, blinking of eyes, for that also it requires energy. To talk, to open your mouth and talk also requires energy. So we have energy, a number of kinds of energy. So energy changes its form from one kind to another. So energy is also required to cook the food. So as I said, energy changes its form from one kind to another, like changing water into water vapor. For that also it requires energy. So the different forms of energy also we learned in the previous session, that is heat energy, light energy, and the electrical energy, and so on. So what is heat energy? So heat energy, it is something heated or burnt. To the energy, when something is heated or burnt, the energy is generated. To collect it is called the heat energy. So what is heat energy? When energy is heated or burnt to generate energy, it is called the heat energy. And it is also called the thermal energy, and it is also produced by your mother when she is cooking. And we get energy by burning a fuel such as wood, gas, or petrol. So most vehicles run on fuels. The fuel generates these heat energy. So sources of heat energy are coal, wood, gas, or petrol. And next we learnt about the light energy. So what is light energy? It is the energy that is produced by a source of light. It is produced by a source of light. It helps us to see the things around us. So without light energy, we can't see anything during the night time. And so during the daytime, the sun, we get light from the sun. So the sun is the natural source of light energy. So this is very important. Sun is the natural source of light energy. So plants also use light energy from the sun to make the food. So this already we have learned. And there are some artificial sources of light energy. Those are electric bulb, tube light, oil lamps, etc. And they help us to see the things at night. Okay. And what is electrical energy? So the form of energy that is used to operate several gadgets and appliances. In homes, offices, and schools, and so on. So they are called as electrical energy. So what are the electrical gadgets? like TV, camera, radio, mobile, all these are called as electrical gadgets. And what are the appliances at home? Yes, refrigerators, vacuum cleaner, sewing machine, blender, mixer, grinder, and so on. And in school, so we have computer, smart board, right, laptop, printers. So all these gadgets, all these appliances run by the electrical energy. And the lightning during the thunderstorm, it is a natural form of electrical energy. And trains run on electrical energy, and we use electrical energy or electricity to heat water heater and get light from bulbs and tube lights and blow hair through the hair dryers. So for many purposes this electrical energy is used. And so a fan runs on electrical energy. Now let us move on to so we'll continue with our topic, that is sources of energy. So energy produced from natural sources are as follows. So the main source of energy is the sun. The main source of energy is the sun. So the sun is our main source of energy. The energy we get from the sun is called the solar energy. So the energy we get from the sun is called the solar energy. And radiant light and heat energy produced by the sun is called the solar energy. So what is solar energy? The light and heat energy produced by the sun is called the solar energy. Or you can just say the energy we get from the sun. So which energy we get from the sun? Heat and the light. Heat energy and the light energy we get from the sun is called the solar energy. So solar energy is vital. It is vital means it is very important. Solar energy is very important for the survival of all living things on earth. Solar energy is very, very important for all the living things on earth. So what does the sun give? Sun gives us heat and light energy. Okay. So additionally, this solar energy is now being harnessed to create electricity. This solar energy is used for creating electricity and heat to run the gadgets and appliances. And many people, have you seen in the terrace, they must have solar panels fixed. Have you seen the solar panels fixed on the roofs of the houses? Yes, they trap the solar energy. They receive the solar energy and convert into electrical energy to light up their homes, to run AC and fans. So these are the uses of solar energy. And the plants use light from sun to make food. So when we eat food, what happens? We get energy to do work. So we depend on the sun for energy. So how do human beings depend on the sun for energy? Because plants makes its own food from the presence of sunlight, and we eat plants so that we get energy. So you can see this picture here. So here is the sun. So sun gives us heat and light energy. The plants uses and it makes its own food, and so the sun is the main source of energy, and we eat the food we get from plants and we get energy. Okay, next we'll move on to next is moving air, that is wind energy. Have you seen the air? So we cannot see the air, but we can feel the air. So it keeps on moving. The air keeps on moving. So moving air is called wind. Moving air is called wind and contains the wind energy. So what is wind? Moving air is called wind, and it contains the wind energy. It contains the wind energy. So this wind energy is used to produce electricity, is used to generate electricity through the windmills. So you can see the picture here, windmill picture. So this is a picture of a windmill. So this wind energy is used to produce electricity through these windmills. And how does it work? You can learn in the higher classes. And do you know that India is the 5th largest producer of electricity from wind and turbines in the world? So this working of windmills you can learn in the higher classes. So this windmills is used to produce electricity. Okay, so this energy is used, this wind energy is used to produce electricity. And wind is actually a form of solar energy. So wind energy or flow of energy can be used in many ways. So wind energy, so how do we use this wind energy? So for what purpose it is used? So wind energy or the flow of energy can be used in many ways, like sailing boats, or flying kites. So how do you fly kite? What is required? So wind energy is required. Wind is required. So sailing boat, flying kites, balloons, parachutes, for all these we use the wind energy. And do you know that water sports and air sports, they also use the wind energy. Okay, so water sports and air sports also uses the wind energy. So what are the uses of wind energy? For sailing boats, flying kites, balloons, parachutes, and water sports and air sports. So for these purpose we all use the wind energy. And next one, we'll move on to the water, moving water. So have you seen the water moving here? Okay, so water is also used to generate electricity. Water is also used to generate electricity. So this is the picture of a dam. This is a picture of a dam. So when water from height or flows, it contains water energy. So when water from a height or flows down, so it contains water energy. So this energy is harnessed to create electricity. That is, this energy is used for creating electricity with the help of machines like generators, turbines in hydropower plants. So near this dams, they have the hydropower plants, and some machines are there, and like generators and turbines, so they produce the hydropower plants and they produce the electricity, water energy. So all this working also you will learn in the higher classes. So moving water also is used to generate electricity. So you just have to know that moving water, that is either from a height or flowing down, it contains the water energy. So it is used to create the water energy. It is used to create the electricity. Okay. And so the last topic is fuel. So as we learned that fuel, so what are fuels? So coal, oil, gases and petrols. So these are called as fuels. So fuels are excellent source of energy for the vehicles. for the vehicles. The fuels generate heat energy. The fuels generate heat energy. So that they have energy stored in them, like coal, gas, petrol, diesel, oil, etc. So when this is heated, so the energy is released by burning them. And the machines, some machines are also run by burning the fuels. So fuels are used to run the vehicles like cars, to heat homes, to cook, for many other things. So however, burning of fuels also pollutes the air. So have you seen the vehicles emitting the polluted, it makes the air polluted, it emits the smoke, and which it pollutes the air. So machines are also run by burning fuels, and to run cars, and at home also, like cooking food and for many other things. So burning of fuels also pollutes the air. Now let's so this filling the blanks you have in your textbook. So now let's do the small activity which is given in your textbook. You can open the textbook of page number 89, and here we have to choose the correct answer. Okay. So the first one is, the dash is a simple machine that consists of a wheel with a rope. So wheel is there and with a rope. So it is called pulley. So write the answer here, P-U-L-L-E-Y, in the blank, in the given blank. And number 2, the dash is an inclined plane wrapped around a rod. So have you seen the screwdriver? So it is the inclined plane, it is wrapped around the rod. And number 3, the energy we get from the dash is called the solar energy. So the sun is the energy we get from the solar energy. Okay, so here we come to the end of this topic. And now, so our lesson is completed. So now you know what is a force. It is a push or pull. So a force can move an object. It can stop moving an object. It can change the direction of a moving object or change the shape of an object. So when force is used to move things, work is said to be done. We also learn what is work, what is force, and what is energy. So energy is the ability to do work, and there are many kinds of simple machines like the lever, pulley, wheel and axle, inclined plane, screw and the wedge to make our work easier. So all these we use to make our work easier. And about the energy, there are various forms and sources of energy, and the sun is the major source of energy. So here we come to the end of this chapter, and in the next session we'll be doing some textual questions. So till then, bye bye children.